Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Are you an online coach, creator, community builder, e-commerce store owner, something like that? If so, then you're probably wondering whether or not you still need a trademark in 2026. And specifically, do you still need to register a trademark in 2026? This is a question I get from clients all the time. Hi, my name is Jim Hart. I'm the founder of Hawthorn Law and the Hart Law Firm. We are a trademark law firm that helps creators, community organizers, community builders, online influencers, different people like that to get their brand protected from copycats and other ne'er-do-wells, if you will. I get this question all the time. Does it still make sense to register a trademark in 2026? And my emphatic answer is yes, but maybe not for you. And so what I want to do in today's video is walk you through a framework that I use with my clients and potential clients to help them understand and decide whether or not right now is the right time for them to register their trademarks. Because most of you, what you're looking for is you're looking for legal protection. You want to make sure that your intellectual property is safe, that nobody can steal your ideas. Maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm just a small creator. I am not someone who needs to have a registered trademark. That could be going through your head right now. And then probably most importantly, a lot of you are probably thinking, is it really worth the money to invest in brand protection for your business? And we're going to cover all that stuff here today. So chances are, if you're watching this video, you've been doing your own research on this and trying to figure out whether trademarks make sense. So probably you've been on ChatGPT, you've probably watched a lot of other YouTube videos with maybe people like me. Maybe this is like your 10th video, maybe this is the first video, who knows? You probably watched a lot of my videos, right? And in digging through and doing all this research, you're probably still not sure whether or not registering a trademark or going through this process on your own is something you can actually do. But on the flip side, you worry that hiring someone like me or my law firm to help you with this might be prohibitively expensive. And for some of you and for different law firms, it very well might be. But that's another thing we're going to talk about here today. And of course, if you don't go through this process, if you say, you know what, trademark is not something on my radar for, or I should say, protecting my trademark is not on my radar for this year, then you just need to understand the risks involved. It's possible that somebody could copy your brand. That happens all the time on almost a daily basis. It's possible that you could be infringing on somebody else out there in the marketplace. This happens again all the time. And I'm not saying you're intentionally infringing, but you could be accidentally infringing on somebody in the marketplace. Maybe you're lying awake at night thinking, gosh, am I doing the right thing here? Am I going to get a cease and desist letter at some point? Because chances are, if you do, those things don't hit when it's convenient. They hit when you're like on vacation with your family, or you know, you just had a great month for your business and all of a sudden you get a cease and desist letter, and that's something you definitely don't want. And any one of these things could, you know, at worst shut down your business, maybe put you into bankruptcy, or at best they're going to cost you thousands or maybe even tens of thousands of dollars to deal with in terms of legal bills, rebranding, different things like that. Again, my name is Jim Hart. I'm a trademark lawyer. I do these type of things all the time. This is about 95% of what my practice does, is we help online creators just like you to get your trademark registered. So I was just talking with a client about this yesterday, and she asked, does it really make sense for me to register a trademark? I guess there's a lot of questions that you need to really ask yourself before you make this decision. It's not an easy decision to make. So if you're in the right camp, then it probably is something that you want to look at. But if you're potentially not, well, let's just go through the questions. So the first question I like to ask my clients is, are you producing content? Are you producing regular content on your social media channels, on your blog, on somewhere else? Are you letting people know who you are and that the fact that you are connected with your brand name or logo or slogan or whatever it is that you are seeking to protect? Second, do you have an established following on social media? Do you have just 10 followers, 50 followers, 100 followers, or do you have, you know, several thousand, tens of thousands, or even many more than that? That is going to be the second factor I would look at. The third thing is, what type of trademark are you looking to protect? Is it something that is descriptive? Is it just describing what you're doing? Or is it a stronger name that you've really spent some time thinking about and working maybe with a branding expert to help you come up with a really good name and theme for your business? And along those lines, do you feel strongly about your name? How would you feel if somebody stole it from you or copied it from you? Would that be a problem? Or is that something that you'd be like, you know what? No big deal. I'll just move on to the next one. So when you're out and you're posting content and you're interacting with your subscriber base or your followers, do they recognize you by your brand name? Do they use your brand name in the comments, they use your brand name when they send you messages. If they recognize you by your brand name, then chances are you've got a pretty strong name that you maybe need to think about protecting. And along those lines, do people purchase from you because of your branding? When you tell people that, hey, I'm the owner of XYZ brand, they're like, oh, you're the company that sells, dog toys, or you're the company that sells bandanas, or you're the company, I don't know why I've got these dog themed things in my head. I'm not sure why that is. Are you the company that sells these things, these products that are related to, animals? If so, then you probably got a pretty strong brand name. And this is very important, probably one of the most important things that I would bring up is, have any of your followers told you that they confuse you with somebody else? Like they go to your website and they think you're going to your website, but they're actually going someplace else, because that potentially is a big problem, and that does happen. I remember way back when I first started practicing law, there was another attorney in Orlando where I used to practice that had the exact same name as me. I was the law office of James W. Hart. He was the James W. Hart Law Office or something like that. And he had the exact same name as me, same initial. The only difference is my middle name has an S in it and his middle name does not. That was the only difference. And I cannot tell you, because I was out there, I was producing content. This is before social media, so I was blogging and doing things like that. But I was out there telling people who I was meeting with a lot of people, so I was generating a lot of business, but I was also getting a lot of calls from his clients. And they were asking for Jim Hart, and that's me. But it wasn't me. It was some other guy that was probably in his 60s or 70s, getting close to retirement. So that was a big problem. It was confusion. And if his clients were calling me, I can only assume that my clients or potential clients were also calling him. And so that was a big problem. That was one of the reasons why I thought I really need to come up with a different name for my law firm, which, eventually we decided on Hawthorn Law. So the reason I say that is because there might be people that are confusing your brand with someone else. And if that's the case, then getting your trademarks protected really should be on your radar. If the answers to any of those things we just talked about are yes, then registering a trademark is something that you probably should give some serious thought to. Now let's talk about why maybe you should not be thinking about a trademark so much. Is your brand capable of trademark protection? If it's merely a descriptive name, then chances are it's not something that you want to register as a trademark. And frankly, when I talk to clients or potential clients on the phone and we do a consultation and they tell me the name they're thinking about, if it's purely descriptive, I typically will tell them that right then and there and say, hey, come back to me when you have a name that is more suggestive or arbitrary or fanciful or capable of trademark protection. I've done other videos about that. I'll put one right up here that you can check out if you'd like. The second question I would ask is, have you ever built a successful business before? Because I talk with some clients that come to me and they built, multiple businesses over the years, and they built multiple successful brands over the years. They're probably more likely to want to have that intellectual property protected. But if this is your first go round and you've never built a business before, then, are you sure you're doing the right thing? Do you know what you're doing? Are you capable of building a business? It is not an easy thing. A lot of businesses fail in their first 5 years. And so I'm not suggesting that that should be the only reason that you would not want to register a trademark. I mean, there are a lot of first-time entrepreneurs who are successful out of the go. And specifically, if we're talking about smaller business, services-based businesses, we're talking like roofers, dog walkers, contractors, AC repair people. A lot of these people are capable of building brands that they can actually scale, franchise, do different things with, and they come up with great brand names for what they're doing, and their business is relatively successful from the very beginning. And we've worked with a lot of clients like that. It is possible to start a business from scratch and still be successful. So I don't want you to think that, oh, I've never done a business before, I shouldn't get a trademark. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you just need to know yourself. Do you anticipate that you're going to be generating revenue within the next, 12 months or so? If you're going to be creating, and not just revenue, but content also. So if you're going to be creating a lot of content and you're planning a content blitz here in the coming weeks, where you're going to be using your branding and you're going to be telling people who you are and trying to generate some business right away, chances are you probably need to register that brand. But if you're not planning on doing anything for 12 months, 15 months, something like that, you're just kind of putting the ideas together, maybe you can hold off. Again, I would be careful about that though, because the trademark process takes a long time. It takes anywhere from 12 to 18 months to get a registration, and you can reserve a name on an intent to use basis. So maybe that's something you still want to think about. But again, do you have a plan in place for how you're going to start generating those leads, creating that content, building revenue in your business? If that's the case, hey, maybe a trademark's right for you. Another question I like to ask is, do you have any products or services that you can sell now under your branding? And again, none of these are, taken in a vacuum, should be indicative that you should not be registering your trademark. But when you start to add these things, layer them on top of one another, if you don't have any products or services to sell, trademarks are tied to use in commerce. So if you're not selling anything, then you're not engaging in commerce and you're not going to have the legal requirements to have a trademark. You can file what's called an intent to use application, which means you're reserving your name with the USPTO and you're telling them that this is the trademark. I have a bona fide intent to use, and that's the important language. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe you should move forward. But if you are still trying to figure out what it is you're going to be selling and you have no idea what your business model is, then maybe you're not in the right place just yet. Have you registered the domain name or grabbed the social media handles for your brand? Because that's something you definitely want to do as soon as possible, as soon as you have a name that you want to use. And if you haven't done that and you don't even know if it's kind of available out there, maybe you want to hold off just a bit. But if you've done that and you've started to secure all these intellectual property assets, if you will, then you're more likely to be in a position where maybe registering your trademarks now is a smart idea. I already mentioned this before, but do you just have a token number of followers on social media? Now that alone, again, is not something that should be determinative in terms of whether you should or should not register your trademark, because there's, again, lots of brands out there that started with 0 and quickly grew to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 followers on social media because they had really viral, great, engaging content that really highlights their brand. And so that is possible, and that happens every single day. So again, just because you don't have any followers now, everybody starts at 0. I started at 0 when I was on YouTube, and now I've got 170 some thousand followers. But everybody starts with 0, and if you think that it's going to grow, maybe a trademark is still something you need to think about, but these are factors you should consider. So hopefully this framework will help you to decide whether registering a trademark is in the cards for you this year. And having a trademark in 2026 and beyond is absolutely still relevant. It's really important. It was written into our Constitution 250 years ago when our country was first founded. So trademarks are very important. Our founders knew they were very important, and they're just as relevant today as they have been for the last 250 years. And so if you are in a place where you're building a business and you're building a strong brand, then it's something you definitely need to consider. But at the same time, whether or not a trademark is right for you is a question that only you can answer for yourself. But when you're ready, we're here to help you. And I've got all sorts of videos here on the channel that talk about the different aspects of registering a trademark. And if you want to check those out, I'm going to have another video right here that's going to share more information about the trademarking process. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks so much, folks. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.